Well, listeners, welcome back to the deep dive. Let's jump right into it. Today we are diving into the grim darkness of Legends of the Space Marines, a Warhammer 40k anthology.
Yeah, that's right. We're talking salamanders, white scars, doom eagles, and even the scythes of the Emperor.
I am so ready for this. Bolters, chain swords, maybe some Melta action.
Oh, absolutely. We'll see how each chapter faces the 41st millennium, their enemies, and the shadows within.
Okay, hit me with the first tale.
The Death of Integrity by Nick Kyme, Salamanders.
Oh, I do love me some salamanders. They're the Emperor's fiery blacksmith, disciplined, devoted, and packing some serious firepower. What's the setting for this one?
It's the planet Vaporus, but during Hell Night, a massive warp storm.
Warp storms and salamanders. It sounds like a recipe for disaster. What kind of foes are we talking?
It's, well, they're up against these spectral beings, warp echoes, seeking vengeance. Oh, and they are also fighting a planetary rebellion.
Vengeful spirits, that's a new one.
Yeah, they're tied to a past event on the planet. They're attacking the Imperial Guard.
Oh man, a three-way battle, that's rough.
And it gets even more complicated. The story centers on these two salamander sergeants, Dakir and Sugan. They've got different views on how to handle everything.
Ah, the classic clash of ideals. Tell me more.
Dakir, he's compassionate. He wants to minimize casualties, even if they are just lowly guardsmen.
A compassionate space marine, that's rare.
Then there's Sakir, all about duty and crushing the Imperium's enemies no matter what.
Yeah, sounds about right. That's going to cause some friction.
And it does. It becomes a major plot point.
So how do you fight a ghost?
That's the thing. Traditional weapons, they're useless against beings of pure psychic energy.
Sounds like a job for a librarian.
Right. Librarian Pyriel is crucial here. He can fight them, but they're connected to the planet's history, makes them tough to put down.
So what's the plan?
Okay, so Pyriel discovers a powerful void shield around the rebel city of Aphium.
Classic rebel tactic. Hide and pray for a miracle.
But this shield is different. It's powered by psychic energy. Pyriel thinks it's the key to the warp echoes.
Ooh, a psychic mystery. Getting good.
Yeah, he thinks the shield is anchoring the echoes. He's got a plan, though. A suicidal charge on the generator, with him shielding the Imperial guards so they can get through.
A psychic suicide mission? Grim. Dakir's not going to like that.
You'd be right. He's troubled by these echoes, feels drawn to them somehow.
It's like they're feeding off him or something.
And then it happens. During a firefight, Dakir is almost dragged into the ground by the echoes. Pyriel barely saves him.
Sounds intense. So he's alive though, right?
He is, but things get complicated back at base.
Hit me with it.
They're desperate, right? Forces dwindling, the planet's falling apart around them. Pyriel digs deep.
Tell me he figured something out.
He does. He remembers something about the Void Shield's energy signature.
Okay, I am on the edge of my seat. What is it?
Dakir, he's the one that remembers. He puts it together. The guardsmen, they were pulled into the ground, right?
Right, super creepy.
But here's the thing. None of the echoes, they haven't actually gone into Aphium itself. It's untouched.
What? So the shield is protecting the city. Talk about irony.
It's horrifying. The echoes are trapped. Their rage, it's amplified by the shield. They want into the city so bad.
And salamanders are about to unleash them.
Yeah, and Dakir realizes this just as Pyriel starts his attack.
Oh no, this is bad. This is really bad.
Dakir, he confronts Pyriel, tells him to stop, begs him.
Does he? Pyriel can be stubborn.
He does. He listens because he's not just a warrior, but a scholar of the warp. He gets it.
So what do they do?
Pyriel, he decides to use the shield. But instead of protecting the guard, he's going to amplify the echo's rage. He's going to turn the shield into a weapon.
That is brilliant.
Yeah.
What happens?
Oh man, it's a maelstrom of warp energy. Pyriel channels the echo's rage through the breach right at the rebel psychers.
He weaponized ghosts. That's brutal.
Desperation makes you do crazy things, but it works.
What about the psychers?
They are overwhelmed, minds completely gone. The void shield fails, and the echoes, well, they're free.
Talk about a double-edged chainsword. Rebellion's over, but now they've got vengeful ghosts to deal with.
And that's where Dakir's compassion comes in.
Hold on. How do you be compassionate with 1,000 vengeful spirits?
They're tearing through Aphium. But Dakir, he walks right into the chaos.
He's going to hug it out with a ghost.
Not quite. He taps into their rage. He sees their pain, their sorrow. He listens, acknowledges them and offers them peace.
So instead of fighting, he's offering, like, space tea and a shoulder to cry on?
It's about understanding. He offers solace, a release.
Does it work?
It does. The echoes fade away, their vengeance spent. The storm over Vaporus, gone. A hard-won victory. a testament to Puriel's power and Dekir's compassion.
Now that's a Salamander's story. Reminds us that even in the 41st millennium, sometimes compassion is the bravest weapon.
Definite.
Okay, on to the next story. I'm ready for more grimdark action.
The Last Stand by Richard Williams. This time we are riding with the White Scars.
The Last Stand, huh? Sounds ominous. Give me the rundown.
Picture this. The planet Tefra VII, volcanoes everywhere. The White Scars are attacking a massive orc power complex.
Orcs and volcanoes, what could go wrong? What's the play here?
This complex, it's fueling the orc invasion. The White Scars have a suicide mission. Get in, plant explosives, and cripple the enemy.
Lesky. Who's leading the charge?
We've got Sergeant Kurgis, a veteran known for his loyalty, and facing certain death.
Classic Space Marine. Anything else I should know about?
Oh yeah, guarding the complex is Borchu. He's a demon-possessed orc warlord.
A demon-possessed orc warlord. That's just not fair.
Makes for a great story, though.
So how does he plan to beat that? With like a really big bolter?
He's got a squad, sure, but it's more than that. It's about the White Stars' traditions, their understanding of the hunt.
The White Scars.
Oh.
The Emperor's Wolf Pack. But this is psychic too, right? How do they handle that?
Kurgis has faith. He knows you need more than firepower to beat a demon. You need an iron will.
Faith and fury. Classic White Scars. Tell me about his squad. Anyone interesting?
Eric. He's a young scout, eager to prove himself.
The veteran and the rookie. I see where this is going.
As they fight their way in, a bond forms between them. Kurgis knows he's probably going to die, so he's passing on what he knows.
Legacy. It's what makes the Space Marine so compelling, you know, that dedication.
Yeah. But Kurgis, he's got another reason to face this warlord.
Oh, what is it?
Borchu, he killed some of Kurgis's battle brothers. This is personal.
Vengeance. So how does it go down?
Brutal, they go at it, chain swords, warp energy flying everywhere. Kurgis, he doesn't give up. He dodges psychic attacks, cuts through illusions, and finally, he takes Borchu down.
What a way to go out.
Yeah, the complex is going up around him. Kurgis, he's dying, gives his power sword to Eric.
The passing of the torch. Man, I'm getting chills.
It reminds you why we love Warhammer 40k, you know? It's not just the models, it's the stories, the universe.
Agreed. Okay, what's next?
Next, we've got The Doom Eagle's Gift by Gav Thorpe, a story about the Doom Eagles.
Doom Eagles. They're a pretty grim bunch.
This one's a psychological thriller, full of twists.
Okay, I am intrigued. What's it about?
It's about Sergeant Tarikas. He was thought to be dead, captured by the Red Corsairs. But he returns.
Wait, a Space Marine coming back from the dead? What's the catch? There's always a catch.
No one's sure if it's really him.
Yeah.
He looks and acts like Tarikas, but there's something just off.
Yeah, that is suspicious. Like, super suspicious.
The Red Corsairs, they didn't just want to capture him, they wanted to use him.
I don't like where this is going.
They used this ritual on him. They fractured his mind, put a demonic presence in him, a seed of corruption.
Oh, no. He's a ticking time bomb.
And it's tragic because he's fighting it. He's a victim, but he's also a weapon.
How does he even do that? Fight off a demon?
That's what makes Tarikas so interesting. He's fighting a battle no one can see against an enemy inside his own soul.
So, does he win?
The Doom Eagles, they're no fools. They sense something's wrong.
I'd hope so. It'd be bad if he didn't notice anything.
His squad, they're led by Sergeant Zuruz. They want to trust him, but it's hard.
I bet. Imagine doubting if your friend is really your friend or some kind of demon.
The author does a fantastic job. You know, you start to question everything. Is it really Tarikas or is it the demon?
Give me some examples. What's wrong with him?
Well, his wounds heal super fast. He shrugs off injuries that should kill him. He's got these visions, nightmares, whispers of forbidden knowledge.
That's bad. That is very bad.
Even their librarian, Thrin, he's a powerful psyker. He can't figure it out. Like Tarikas is shrouded in shadow.
I would not want to be around when that shadow breaks.
Well, you know it's coming, right? The Doom Eagle's fortress is attacked, a chaos warband.
Of course it is. Because why not?
And that's the trigger. Tarikas, he can't hold it back anymore. He becomes he becomes a monster.
Oh, man. That's rough.
It's heartbreaking. Tarikas becomes the very thing he's been fighting. His brothers, they have to fight him.
Oh, man. They have to kill their friend. How do you even fight something like that?
They can't. Not really. And that's the saddest part. There is a moment, just a moment, where Tarikas comes back. He begs them to kill him.
Wow. So what do?
They give him a warrior's death, the only mercy they can offer.
Man, that is bleak.
That's chaos, right? It gets into everything, twists it.
Yeah. Okay, I need a moment. That was a lot.
The last story, it's about the Scythes of the Emperor. Richard Williams's Orphans of the Kraken.
Oh, the scythes. They've been through it. What's this one about?
It's grim, even for Warhammer. Sergeant Tiresias, he leads a squad of new Space Marines into a dead Tyranid hive ship.
Hold on. They're going into a dead hive ship. That seems like a bad idea.
The Scythes, they were almost wiped out by Hive Fleet Kraken. They're just trying to survive, scavenging what they can.
Oh, man. That's rough.
The author, he paints a really vivid picture. It's like you're there, the rotting flesh, the silence, and always that fear, you know?
Yeah, I don't think I'd last long in there, so why are they in there?
They need supplies, yeah. But Tiresias, he needs something else. He wants to understand why the Kraken attacked. To find some kind of meaning in all that death.
That's a very Space Marine thing to do.
Yeah.
What about these new guys? How are they handling all this?
There's Scout Bassan, all about duty and honor. Then there's Votelios, wants to prove himself but takes too many risks.
A recipe for disaster.
Right. And the deeper they go, the worse it gets. They see some messed up stuff.
Like what? Give me the good stuff.
Bioconstructs, twisted and broken, dead things, still moving, and that feeling, you know, like something's watching them.
This is why I don't read horror. So what happens? Do they at least find something useful?
They find something amazing, a chamber filled with stasis pods, full of dead Space Marines, preserved.
Wow, that's a gut punch.
It is. For Tiresias, it's like seeing ghosts. And of course, it's Warhammer, so it can't be a happy ending. They find something else.
What is it? Another angrier hive ship?
Not exactly. They find a birthing chamber.
Oh, no.
A new hive ship is growing in the dead one.
That is so messed up.
The Kraken might be gone, but it's not really gone, you know?
What did they do?
They do what Space Marines do. They fight.
Against a whole hive ship?
It's suicide, but they do it anyway. Even if it just buys the Imperium a little time.
Do they make it?
They survive, which is a victory in itself. But they are changed, you know? Scarred.
I don't think anyone walks away from something like that the same.
They go back to their fleet, carrying the memories of everyone they lost.
That is heavy.
And that is Legends of the Space Marines for you. A grim look into the 41st millennium.
Phew. We covered a lot today. Join us next time, listeners, as we delve into, well, we'll keep that a surprise for now. Until then, stay vigilant, and may the Emperor guide you.
May he protect. It does. Dakir, he watches as they just fade away. Peaceful. The storm, it's gone.
Wow. What a story. Compassion, huh? Who knew?
Yeah.
Okay, I am ready for the next tale. What have we got?
This time, it's The White Scars, The Last Stand by Richard Williams.
The Last Stand. I hope that doesn't mean what I think it means. Set the scene for me.
Planet Tefra the 7th. Volcanoes. Everywhere. White Scars hitting a massive orc power complex.
Okay, besides the obvious, what are we dealing with? Why is this place so important?
It's fueling the entire orc invasion force. The White Scars, they're on a suicide mission to blow it up.
And who are we following on this suicide mission?
Sergeant Kurgis, a veteran known for his loyalty, and, well, he's facing certain death.
Sounds about right for the Space Marines. What am I missing?
Oh, just the demon-possessed orc warlord guarding the complex.
You're kidding. Of course there's a demon-possessed orc warlord.
Gotta up the stakes somehow.
So what's Kurgis's plan?
Well, he's got his squad, but he's also drawing on, like, the White Scars' history, you know, their understanding of the hunt.
The Emperor's wolf pack. But this demon thing, that's a whole other problem.
Kurgis, he's got faith. He knows that sometimes faith is the strongest weapon.
True. Anyone else in this squad I should know about?
Eric? He's young, scout, eager to prove himself.
The veteran and the rookie. A classic for a reason.
They bond, you know, as they fight their way into the complex. Kurgis, he knows he's probably not making it out of this one.
Always about legacy with these guys.
Yeah. But Kurgis, he's also got a score to settle.
What do you mean?
Borchu. He killed some of Kurtis's battle brothers. This is personal.
Revenge. Brutal. How does it go down?
It's a bloodbath. Chain swords, warp energy, the works. Kurgis, he just keeps fighting. Dodges, psychic attacks, everything. And then he takes Borchu down.
Wow. Talk about going out in a blaze of glory.
The whole complex is exploding, and Kurgis, he's dying. Gives his power sword to Eric.
Passing the torch. That's rough.
It's a good death, you know, for a White Scar.
Okay, what's next?
The Doom Eagle's Gift by Gav Thorpe. We're talking Doom Eagles.
Careful way. The Doom Eagles, they always bring the grim.
This one is a trip, man.
Yeah.
Psychological thriller.
Okay, I am listening. Hit me with it.
It's about Sergeant Turkis. He was captured by the Red Corsairs, presumed dead.
But he comes back.
Wait a minute. A Space Marine. Coming back from the dead, that never happens. The thing is, nobody is sure it is really him. He looks like Talikis, he talks like Talikis, but something's off.
Okay, yeah, something is definitely wrong here.
The Red Corsairs, they didn't want him dead. They wanted to use him.
How do you even use a Space Marine like that?
They used this ritual on him, messed up his mind, put a demon in him.
They what? They stuck a demon in a Space Marine?
Not just any demon, a seed. Something that could grow, fester. It's tragic, you know? Because he's fighting it.
How do you even fight something like that?
That's the thing about Tarikas. It's a fight nobody else can see. He's a weapon, but he's also a victim.
So is he winning? Is he going to be okay?
The Doom Eagles, they're smart. They know something's up.
Thank the Emperor for that.
It's his squad. They're led by Sergeant Zurers.
Hmm.
And they're torn. They want to believe it's him, but...
I bet. That would mess you up, you know. Wondering if your friend is really your friend anymore.
Right. And the author, Thorpe, he just nails it. You start to question everything.
So what's wrong with him? How can they tell something's up?
His wounds, they heal too fast, like way too fast.
Right.
He shrugs off injuries that would cripple a normal Astartes, and he's got these visions, nightmares.
Yeah, that's not good. Not good at all.
Even their librarian, Thrin, he's got some serious psychic chops. He can't figure out what's going on.
It's bad, huh?
It's like Tarikas has become this void, and you know something bad is going to happen.
Don't tell me. Let me guess. Chaos attack.
Bingo! A Chaos Warband attacks the Doom Eagles fortress.
Of course they do.
And that's it. That's the trigger. Whatever the Red Corsairs did to him, it takes over, transforms him.
Oh, man.
He becomes a monster. His brothers, they're forced to fight him.
So they have to kill their friend. How do you even stand a chance against something like that?
They don't. Not really. The really tragic part is, for a moment, just a moment, Tarikas is back. He begs them to kill him, to end it.
Man. What a choice. So what happens?
They do it. They give him a clean death. The best they could do.
Wow. That's rough.
That's chaos, right? It twists everything, everyone.
Yeah. Grim. Okay, let's move on. What's the last story?
This one is about the Scythes of the Emperor. Richard Williams's Orphans of the Kraken.
Ah, the Scythes. They've not had a good run.
This is a grim one. It follows Sergeant Tiresias and his squad of neophytes, brand new Space Marines.
Neophytes. Okay, so they're in for a rough ride. Where are we?
They're on a mission to a dead Tyranid hive ship.
They're going into a dead hive ship. Why? What could possibly... You know what? Never mind. It's Warhammer 40k. Just tell me.
The Scythes, they got hit hard by High Fleet Kraken, almost wiped out. Now they're just trying to survive.
Salvaging, huh? Grim.
The author, Williams, he really sets the scene. You know, you can practically smell the rotting flesh, feel the wrongness of the place.
Okay, maybe I'll skip the hive ship tour. So what are they looking for in there?
Supplies, mostly. But Tiresias, he's looking for something more. He wants to understand why the Kraken attacked. Why them?
Makes sense. What about these neophytes? They holding up okay?
There's Scout Pisan. He's a by-the-book kind of guy. All about duty, honor, you know. Then you got Vitellios. He's all gung-ho, wants to prove himself, but he takes a lot of risks.
The reckless newbie. That never ends well.
It doesn't. As they go deeper into the hive ship, things get real weird real fast.
Give me the good stuff. What kind of weird are we talking about?
Bioconstructs all messed up. And it's like, even though it's dead, parts of the hive ship are still moving, like something's still alive in there.
Nope. I am not going in there.
And just when you think it can't get any weirder, they stumble on this chamber. It's full of stasis pods.
Stasis pods, what's in them?
Dead Space Marines. Hundreds of them. Perfectly preserved.
Wow. That's something else.
For Tiresias, it's like seeing ghosts. His brothers lost to the Kraken.
Talk about a punch in the gut.
And of course, it can't be a happy ending. They find something else down there.
Okay, don't tell me. It's another hive ship. A bigger, angrier hive ship.
It is another hive ship, but it's small. Like, it's just starting to grow.
It's growing. Where?
Inside the dead one. Like some kind of messed up, fleshy tumor.
Oh, that's just wrong. The Kraken, it's like a cockroach. You can't kill it.
And that's the thing about the Tyranids. They always come back.
So what do? They can't just leave it there, can they?
They do what Space Marines do best. They fight.
Against a whole hive ship.
They know it's a suicide mission. But if they can just slow it down, maybe buy the Imperium sometime.
Do they make it out?
They survive, which is a win in this case. But they are changed. They've seen too much.
I imagine. To go through something like that.
They return to their fleet, but they're carrying a lot, you know? Memories of everyone they lost, the weight of what they had to do.
The Scythes, man. They really get the short end of the stick.
That's Legends of the Space Marines for you. Grim tales for a grim universe.
Well, listeners, we've journeyed into the heart of darkness and back again. We've seen compassion, sacrifice, and the ever-present threat of the alien, the demonic, and sometimes even ourselves. Until next time, remember, the Emperor protects.
The Emperor protects.